New York.
Apple.
Hot dogs.
Dollar.
Hollywood.
Democracy.
Freedom.
Rock and roll.
Wall Street.
Statue of Liberty.
Los Angeles, California.
McDonald's.
Jeans.
Bubblegum. Video games. Nintendo.
What's so great about America?
Every Saturday night, 7 to 9 p.m., explore American culture and language.
With Master Steve,
Inna MK,
And Hasba Cutie.
tune in to find out about what makes America so great.
The Great American Weekend. Listen exclusively on Radio Van 103.1.
Also, watch us on the Radio Von Facebook page, website, and mobile app.
Good evening, dear listeners of Radio Van 103.1. This is the Great American Weekend, as always, on Saturday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll be here in the studio, and tonight I'm here with Rena D., and I am Inna MK, and of course we are anticipating also a guest tonight. Let me introduce our theme. Tonight we have a very special theme. It's SuperWomen.
Yes.
Yes. Hi, Rena.
Hi, Ina.
How are
Hi,
you
everybody.
doing?
It's great to be back once in a while.
Yeah. Are you awake?
Yes. Ready,
Great.
set, go.
Great.
I love the theme, though.
Yeah, of course. We should. And tonight, later during the show, we are going to host a political scientist, musician, and a show host, beautiful and unbelievable Ellen Hokhikyan. In one word, superwoman. I think a person who can do all of this at once is a superwoman indeed.
And we have many these days, don't we?
Yeah, sure we do. We have a lot of active women that are taking their space in our reality, and that's a really good thing.
And I'm sure we're going to have many more with this new generation coming up.
Yes, and I would like to remind our listeners that they can watch and listen us live on www.radiovan.fm, our official website, our Facebook page, Radio Van FM 103.1, and of course our show's Facebook group, Great American Weekend Radio Van. You can call in 560901. Call in 560901, ask your questions, join our conversation, and just practice your English. And you can write your comments in our video, which is on air right now, which is being broadcasted right now on the platforms that I mentioned before.
Yes, we're waiting to hear what you want to hear from us.
Yes, please join, please comment. We're all ready to discuss. And Rena, before we get to our theme and before we go on advertisement break with the quotes followed, I would like to ask you, who has been the greatest influence on your life? Who has been your superwoman?
Oh, okay. I'm not going to say the typical answer and say my mom. No, I mean, she has played a big role, but surprisingly, I would say my daughter in a very huge way, as a female, of course. And my favorite, it has to be a celebrity, Oprah Winfrey.
Wow, I'm sure we'll speak about her later during the show. And what about other women in your life that you've met that had an influence on you?
Well, of course, especially...
Any teachers, mentors that you can think of?
Women mentors, I can't remember. I had a few male mentors. But we've had some pretty interesting people as guests on our show.
Like?
Homesick at Home. A few characters that kind of really left a big mark, you know. I still remember.
Great. And I'd like to ask you, being a very busy woman, I know that you're working on different interesting projects. So what are you up to right now?
Right now, we're continuing with our production with the TV show that we have, Stand Up Kids, every Sunday. That's quite. I mean, it's quite hectic. You have the filming, you have the rehearsals with the children, then you have the editing, and the script writing, and all. So that takes a lot of time.
I see. So we would like to wish you good luck to your project and all that you do.
Thank you.
Being a mother, a creative person yourself, and also a business lady. And for me, I'd say I've met many interesting women in my life that had a great impact on me. One of them that I'd like to mention is my grandmother. I remember the times when she was alive, and she had this great quality of connecting everybody in the family, uniting everyone around her.
Like Nokia?
Yeah, just like Nokia. Yeah, so we had this family get-togethers every weekend, almost every weekend. We had all her grandchildren around her, and now we also have children, so she would be really happy to see all of us together. And so we continue this tradition, try to continue, but of course back then when she was alive it was a lot different. She was a woman that never raised her voice, but at the same time she managed to be a leader of the family. So this is kind of a woman that I always look up to.
Well, if you allow me, I want to say that you're a woman that leaves a huge impact on people too. I mean, you're always positive, no matter what the situation is. I really? Yes. I mean, I always wish that everyone could be half as positive as you, Inna.
Oh, thank you.
That beaming smile, always, you know.
Yeah, thank you, Rena Jan. Thanks a lot for these kind words. And we are ready for the break. But before that, let me just remind you again that you guys can call in 560901. This is number of our live phone contact. You can call in and chat with us on air. And also you can watch and listen us on www.radiovan.fm. Leave your comments or ask your questions and just be with us till 9 p.m. Now we're going on a break and we'll be back here in the studio shortly. This is the Great American Weekend on Radio Van 103.1. We're here in the studio, and I'm here in the studio with my lovely co-host, Rena D. Stay tuned.
So then I tell the bartender, no, you keep the change.
Guys, I don't get it.
Inna, it's an American thing.
Learn more about American humor on Great American Weekend.
And we're back in the studio with the Great American Weekend. We're here in the studio with Rena D.
And Inna MK.
Oh, yes. And we're ready, as always, with our regular quote segment.
Yes.
And we are going to read quotes about women because it is women's episode tonight.
And because they deserve it.
Yeah, it's all about women. It's all about women tonight. So let's go. The first one that I have here A woman is like a tea bag. You can't tell how strong she is until you put her in hot water.
Oh, well.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Okay. Women are made to be loved, not understood. Oscar Wilde.
Women love always. When earth slips from them, they take refuge in heaven. George Sand.
When women go wrong, men go right after them. Mae West.
That's a good one. I like that one. If women were particular about men's characters, they would never get married at all. George Bernard Shaw.
Okay. Women have simple tastes. They get pleasure out of the conversation of children in arms and men in love. H.L. Mencken.
Women have always been the strong ones of the world. The men are always seeking from women a little pillow to put their heads down on. They are always longing for the mother who held them as infants. Coco Chanel. That sounds like really like her.
Okay, women are naturally secretive and they like to do their own secreting.
Ooh.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, we are pretty secretive about secret stuff.
It's kind of adrenaline. It gives a little like extreme feeling.
And men
to
can
have-
never understand that.
Yeah, of course. This is all in bathroom. And I mean the toilet conversation, yeah, isn't it? Women are not. Yeah, we had this. Some of us are becoming the men we want to marry. Gloria Steinman.
This is it's pretty strong, but a bit sad, right?
Yeah. We should try not to do this, but sometimes that happens.
Yep.
Women and cats will do as they please, and men and dogs should relax and get used to the idea.
I really like this.
Robert A. Heinlein.
Yep.
What
What about this one? Well-behaved women seldom make history.
No, yes.
Pretty
that's
strong,
true.
right? Laurel Thatcher Ulrich.
Being a woman is a terribly difficult trait since it consists principally of dealing with men. Joseph Conrad. Chance.
Poor men, if they're listening tonight.
Oh, come on. There are so many quotes about men as well. And, you know, they also do this to us. Really. Don't worry.
Okay. How wrong is it for a woman to expect the man to build the world she wants rather than to create it herself?
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, a nice nin.
That's a nice advice, actually,
Yeah.
to all women. Do not wait for the knight on the white horse to come and save you and create
Shining
your world.
armor.
Yeah, shining armor. Just do it yourself,
Yeah.
and you'll drag all the best things into your life.
Just Nike. Okay.
In politics, if you want anything said, ask a man. If you want anything done, ask a woman. Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, and
That sounds like her.
Yeah. She was that Iron Lady. Why is it men are permitted to be obsessed about their work, but women are only permitted to be obsessed about men? Ooh, Barbara Streisand.
Well, I guess it's not that
But who's
contemporary.
Who's saying who's doing
quote.
what? I mean, permitted. Who's actually permitting?
This quote, I think, was created back in the days.
When
it's a bit different now. we're permitted to do anything, I think.
yeah,
Don't
we permit ourselves. That's it.
Women rule. Okay, guys, now we're about to go on a break again. This is the Great American Weekend with Rena D. I'm Inna MK, and later during the show, we're gonna host beautiful, incredible, clever Ellen Hokhikyan. So stay tuned, and do not forget to be active. Write your comments. Also call in 560901. We'll be back after the break and a music break. We are going to listen to God is a Woman by Lou Bega. Yeah, stay tuned.
Hey, what kind of fixins do you like on your hot dog?
Fixins?
Yeah, relish, onions, mustard, ketchup, condiments.
Conda?
No, not that.
Oh, fixins. I love chili dogs.
Learn about American cuisine on the Great American Weekend.
God is a Woman. We're back in the studio with Rena D.
And Inna MK.
Yes, and this is the Great American Weekend on Saturday night. We'll be here with you till 9 p.m. Tune in, join our chat, write your comments, and also call in 560901. And right now, what we have, Rena John?
Yes, we have some women, famous super women, heroes, I would say. I have a list of them. I'll try and see if you know them.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Cool.
The
Let's
first
do it.
one is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, who is that?
Okay. She's known as AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's an American politician and an activist, quite famous lately, who serves as the U.S. representative for New York's 14th congressional district.
Wow. Oh,
Yes.
cool.
And she's a member of the Democratic Party, and she is definitely a key figure in the politics of the United States.
Yeah, sounds good.
Pretty strong.
Number one in top 10. Let's move to the second.
Okay. Christine Diane Teigen. Have you heard of her?
A model?
Yep.
I know that one.
Okay. She's an American model and a television personality, and she's an author.
Oh, didn't know that one.
Yeah. Well, lately you have a lot of models becoming authors, you know. That's quite interesting.
Not only models. Everyone decides at some point that they have to write a book.
Well, everyone has something to
biography.
say, you know.
Is that a biography she's writing? Or?
I don't know. I think she has a couple, actually, not only one. So she's made her modeling debut in the annual Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue in 2010. And later she appeared on the 50th anniversary cover alongside Nina Agdal and Lily Aldridge in 2014. And she's the wife of John Legend. Very famous. Maybe people know her that way, you know?
But she is a personality.
Yeah, she's quite famous.
Let's see who we have next.
Okay, we have... Okay, if I say the name, a lot of people aren't going to figure out who she is. Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta, or Germanotta, but known professionally as Lady Gaga.
Ah, yeah.
What a
I love
name, you know, Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta. Okay.
I wonder where this name is. She Italian or?
Roots might be, I'm not sure, but she's American, of course. She's a singer, quite popular. Everyone knows about her. She's a songwriter. She's an actress, and
I love her recent movie.
Yeah,
the
Star
Shallow, the
Star.
yeah,
Okay.
Star Was Born, and the soundtrack.
Yeah. She was nominated for an Oscar. Did she win it? Or I think she did, right?
They got the soundtrack. I think
the soundtrack, yeah.
The music got an Oscar.
But, in the past, she was very known for her unconventionality and provocative work and visual experiments on stage, the shows
I
that she
remember.
had. Yeah,
The meat
very weird
costume that she had on. It
Yeah,
was the
and
most
then-
popular one.
And then she was like someone else, completely different, after a while. It's interesting. She began performing as a teenager, singing at open mic nights and acting in school plays.
So, dear listeners, you never know who you will be in the future.
Yeah.
Just work, practice, work hard, and
And
you
if you're-
might get there standing
you're
on
a
an
woman-
Oscar stage someday.
You have to work double hard if you're a woman, I guess.
You think?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because, people usually tend to look at you and say, no, she can't do that. She's a woman. It's
You think it's still there?
yes,
that
it's still there.
stereotype?
It's still there, unfortunately. And it would be much easier for women to get ahead if we didn't have that kind of dogma still continuing, It's going on, unfortunately.
It will be gone someday.
We hope so. That's where we're trying to do that, all of us together.
Women
Okay.
of the world, unite.
Yeah. Women of the world, come on, react, say something about what we're talking here.
Write your comments in our video. So who comes next?
Okay, the next one is Stephanie Nicole Garcia Colas. She's an American retired professional wrestler.
Wow.
And she was
Sports.
signed to WWE, very famous, under the ring name Nikki Bella. Maybe that's how people know her. And she's the wife of John Cena, also a wrestler, very famous.
Wrestlers family. I wonder what they do when they
Kids.
have a quarrel at
They use words.
home.
They use words.
You think? I hope so.
Okay. Of course, we have the very famous, our Hars bride, Serena Jamaica Williams. Okay, everybody knows who she is, an American professional tennis player and former world number 1. She has won 23 major single titles, most by any man or woman in the open era.
Wow.
That's
Bravo.
really something. The Women's Tennis Association ranked her world number 1 in singles on 8 separate occasions between 2002 and 2017. Of course, she's married, Alexis
Why, of
Kerry Ohanyan. An American-Armenian internet entrepreneur and investor, and he's best known, very famous, as the co-founder of the executive chairman and the executive chairman of social news website Reddit. Very famous.
Great. So behind every great woman, there's a great husband.
There was another quote.
Yeah, please share with us by John Lennon.
Yes, it said, behind there's a great woman behind every idiot. And that was a man, John Lennon. He was the one.
That's not a great advertisement for women.
Yeah.
Okay, who we have next?
Okay, we have Amal Clooney, wife of George
Our
Clooney.
hearts.
Yes. Yes. Again, we have two hearses here. Okay, it's getting larger and larger, She's a Lebanese-British barrister at Doughty Street Chambers, specializing in international law and human rights. Strong women here, right? But for me, I would have to say the next one is the top.
Okay, number 1.
Okay, Oprah
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Winfrey.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey. Okay. Everybody knows her. Oprah Winfrey is the first black woman billionaire. I think her net worth is about 2.3 billion. Can you imagine? She's way up there.
I can only imagine.
No, she's a tough one. And she's the richest African-American woman in the world. She's also referred to by many as the most influential woman in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. In 2013, Winfrey was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest civilian honor for a person to receive by the President Barack Obama in 2015. Okay.
Go girl.
Yeah. Her name is actually Orpa. It's not opera.
Orpa.
Orpa.
Yeah, but it was difficult to pronounce,
Yeah,
so she changed.
Yeah, it was always mispronounced, so they stuck with the opera. Everybody kept saying opera, so she kept that name, you know. It was originally in her birth certificate, it's Orpa Gail Winfrey.
Orpa.
And she was named after a biblical figure. Orpa is a biblical figure in the book of Ruth.
We should read about her. Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
mean,
interesting.
yeah. Many women really look up to her, you know. She has changed the life of many, many women, especially with her show that she has, the Oprah Winfrey Show. She's quite popular and has the highest rating with the show. And she's helping a lot of women all around the world to take a stand and make a change with their lives.
Great. Thank you, Rena, for sharing your list with us. And I have prepared a quiz for you. You know,
Here we go.
Are you ready for it? Or maybe we can do that after this segment. You decide.
Okay, we're strong. We're superheroes. We're women.
Okay, let's do it. So, well, you said that. Let's see which superhero woman you are.
Okay, this is interesting.
Get ready to answer some questions. I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Go.
Okay, let's go. Which female superhero are you? Number 1 question. Let's start with an obvious question. Which superpowers sound the best for you? Telekinesis, super strength, energy blasts, martial arts power, mental manipulation.
I like the last one.
I somehow knew that.
I really like the last one.
Okay, question number 2. Did you have a tough life growing up? It wasn't bad, but I had a significant loss that was very hard for me. No, my parents were very positive and loved me. I had an incredibly traumatic and strict childhood. Overall, my childhood was good, but I did have some serious disagreements with my parents. And the last one, I didn't have the worst childhood, but I did have a horrible parent.
Oh, none of the above. No, I mean, it was just a normal childhood. I can't say it was really bad. I can't say it was like awesome, but surprisingly, I don't remember a lot of stuff from my childhood, especially the younger years, you know. So it was actually
maybe this one will work for you. Overall, my childhood was good, but I did have some serious disagreements with my parents.
Well, I guess all of us do. Serious, some disagreements, like most, especially teenagers would. Yeah.
So we choose this one?
Okay, let's go for it.
Okay. Number 3. How do you prefer to solve problems? I can be pretty reliant on brute force. Whatever means necessary, brute force, persuasion, threats. The third one, manipulation. And next one, I like to do the unexpected just to confuse people. It usually helps. And the last one, talking and compromise.
I would go for the last one. I try my best.
Number 4, do you work well with others or are you more of a solo type? Solo, team. Which one do you choose?
Of course, team. I mean, I do a lot of stuff solo, but I'm a quite flexible person, and
And
I
you
work
enjoy
well.
working in a
Yeah,
team.
of course.
I know, because we are a team. So team it is. The next question. Why do you fight? Number 1, for justice. Number 2, I want to do the right thing. Number 3, there's red in my ledger. Number 4, I don't want other people to suffer the way I have. And the last one, you pay forward what others gave me. To pay forward what others gave me.
Well, if you kind of, I can mix the first two. I would say
For justice?
for justice and doing the right thing for justice.
So maybe
Doing
I
the
want to
right
do
thing
the right thing is
very
also
important. Yeah, that's what I'm
includes
saying.
justice. So
Yeah.
let's go for that one. Number 6. What scares you the most? Losing a loved one? Not knowing what's real? Not being strong enough? Being a bad person? Losing control?
Okay, losing control is quite scary.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a control freak. Mm-hmm. And not being strong enough, I guess. It's kind of a mix. What kind of questions are these? What are you trying to do
I
here?
like this. So which one is the most scary option for you?
Well,
Rena?
not being strong enough would be losing control. So one of,
Okay, not
One of
being
those.
strong enough.
yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next page.
Oh,
Number
how many
7.
pages do we have
Be
here?
patient. Do you like being a superhero? No, I would really. Oh, excuse me.
Superhero. Do I like being a superhero?
No, I would really rather not be one. I understand why I need to be one, even if I don't love it. And the last option, honestly, I'm pretty into it.
I'm pretty okay just as I am. Maybe I'm a superhero for some people. Maybe I'm less than a superhero for others. But I guess I'm for my children, because I know how they think.
So honestly,
yeah.
I'm pretty into it.
Yeah, I'm
Got
pretty
it.
into it. I'm not into it as, oh, I want to be a superhero. But
You know,
Yeah.
superheroes sometimes are all around us.
yeah.
They don't have to wear special outfits.
I remember, if I may, my daughter was about 2 years old, and she broke this DVD that I really liked, a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I came and I saw what she had done, and I was like, oh my God, what have you done? I was shocked. She's like, it's okay, Mama can fix it. You know, and that's when
Mama can fix anything.
And I was like, but Gagaj, Mama is not a superhero. She's not a Wonder Woman. You know, there are things she can't fix. So these questions reminded me of this.
You know, by the way, speaking of motherhood, I have some interesting stuff prepared about mothers that changed the world. So
Oh, very interesting.
Get
All
ready for
mothers
that
are
one.
superheroes. All mothers.
what is your weakness, mother? My optimism, my past, my trauma, my darker tendencies, anger.
I would say my optimism. It's okay. Sometimes it's quite.
Is that a
Makes me-
weakness, though?
Unfortunately, I feel sometimes it is, but I would say believing in people. If that's kind of like being optimist, I would go for the first one. Having trust in people, being optimist. So
Yeah, that could be a good feature.
it could be. If we elaborate more on the word could.
Number 9. Describe your best friend. Down to earth, smart, talented, funny. Upstanding, thoughtful, kind. I don't really have friends. Brave, rugged, outgoing. And the last one, funny, tricky, powerful.
I mean, they have to be funny. My best friend has to be funny and powerful. Tricky, if that's smart tricky, I would go for the last one.
Okay. We have also down to earth, smart.
Yeah, I like the first
Excuse me.
option too. That was the first one, right?
Yeah, talented and funny.
Yeah. They're very, similar. Some questions,
choose
some
any.
choices. So we can do the first or the last. You choose what I choose.
I think down to earth goes
Yeah, down to earth
good with you because sometimes you're all in the skies.
Yeah, bring me back.
You need someone to bring you back on earth.
Feet on ground.
And number 10. How do you view good and evil? Evil is a temptation we're constantly facing. Anyone can do something bad if you put them in the right situation, including me. It could be super obvious to everyone what's right, and I have no patience for those who do awful things as if they are okay. And the next one, they are both a part of the world, but I truly believe we can defeat evil. And the last one, I don't think about them much. I just think about keeping people safe.
Okay, I would have to say they're both part of the world, but we make our choice.
Okay.
That's the one before the last, right?
We have number 11.
Oh my God.
You run into your enemy on the street and they don't recognize you. What do? Get close to them to learn their secrets. Try to talk to them calmly and rationally to come to an agreement. Oh, I destroy them. I take them captive to hand them over to the proper authorities. And the last one, I just mess with their head really badly.
The last one. Definitely. But how can my enemy not recognize me? You see, that's the whole thing. I can't hide who I am.
It's just a situation. Just imagine. Maybe you're wearing a Catwoman's costume. Number 12. You find out that what you've known your whole life isn't true. How do you respond? Violently? It takes me time to come around, and in the meantime, I get kind of aggressive. Honestly, I'd be pretty okay with that. Confusion, frustration, upset. I'd struggle with it and look to close friends to help me.
Oh my God. Okay. Maybe confusion, frustration,
Upset.
That would be my first reaction.
And we're ready for a break.
Okay. And then
followed.
Drum roll.
Yeah. We're ready for a break, followed by a song by Charles Aznavour, She. And women again. We'll come back after the break and find out who Rena is. What is her superwoman hero? Stay tuned. This is a Great American Weekend on Radio Van 103.1. We'll be back.
What's the best word in American English?
My all-time favorite word is but I usually refer to it as lovemaking.
Become more fluent in American English and slang.
Back in the studio with a Great American Weekend on Radio Van, and we were, if you missed it before, we were passing a quiz actually with Rena, trying to find out which superhero woman she is.
And I'm eager to find out.
You still have questions to answer, so it's not over. Number 13, how do you feel about romance?
Do we have to do this?
Yes, I'm pretty into it. I like to be in a relationship. I want it, but it never seems to work. I am almost always in a committed relationship. I've had crushes, but that's about it. And the last one, not for me, thanks.
Okay, you choose one. I don't know.
No, it's your choice, Rena. Come on.
I don't know. I really don't know. It's not my cup of tea, I guess, romance. I don't believe
not
it.
for me, thanks.
Yeah, it does. I'm more of a practical person, so yeah.
So there is no practical stuff in romance?
No practical romance.
Okay, number 14. When you feel uncertain, what do? I get advice from people I trust. I punch something until I feel better. I meditate. I get more information. I turn on the people who I used to trust.
Yeah, I kind of meditate and turn to the people I trust, not used to, but trust.
No fusions. Choose one.
Okay.
The last one?
Okay, let's go for the last one.
Okay.
Who wrote these questions?
Don't know the author. Number 15. Have you ever felt like you were treated differently because you're a woman? Absolutely. A bit. No.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 16.
Unfortunately, but absolutely.
What would you say is your strongest trait? My quick mind, my thoughtfulness, my out-of-the-box thinking, my conviction, and my love for others.
My out-of-the-box thinking.
Number 17. What do you like to do for fun? Build things, ride horses, dance, read, hang out with my friends.
Fun? What's fun? Okay. I would say I haven't been doing it much, but reading is fun for me.
Okay, no friends, reading.
Reading with friends.
Reading. Number 18. Marvel or DC? DC, Marvel.
Marvel. I don't know. Yeah, Marvel. Okay.
Last question. How would you rate this quiz? I love it. It was pretty okay, not great.
It was okay, I guess. It was fun. It was interesting because it put you in a point where you can't kind of choose, you know. It
means it's good.
It
Makes you
doesn't
think.
Yeah, it doesn't happen a lot with me, so that was interesting. Pretty close answers, though.
Here we have the answer.
And who am
You
I?
are Captain Marvel, a sassy woman who does things her own way. Da-da-da. You're Captain Marvel. You've always been a free thinker, someone who knows that they have to do better than the boys to be accepted, and so someone who doesn't even play by their rules. But once you became a superhero, you realized that you didn't have to listen to the rules at all. You are never afraid to try something if you think it means you can help people, and even when you fail, you get back up. Your perseverance is what leads you to be so powerful. I mean that, and the
Wow.
it's
Captain
your compassion that makes you a hero. Da-da-da-da.
Thank you. I feel better
Cool.
now. My children love Captain Marvel, so that's what's important.
That's pretty cool, Rena. And now we're ready for some slang. Give us some slang.
Okay, we have some slang prepared today on the topic that we have,
of course,
about women.
Let's do it.
Very interesting terms, though. The first one is baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lot of people haven't heard about this one. It's she's a mother who is not married to her child's father. Although the term is often infused with other meanings as well, but this is the main meaning it has.
Okay, what else?
Okay, we have BAP, short for Black American Princess. And it's sometimes a pejorative term for black women of upper and upper middle class background who possess or are perceived to possess a spoiled or materialistic attitude.
Oh, okay.
Posh.
Well, princess is always something about
Yeah.
spoiled attitude.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay, now we have the term bombshell. quite popular, I guess.
I know that one.
Okay. Is a forerunner to the term a sex symbol. Pretty similar. And originally used to describe popular female sex icons. Like Marilyn Monroe was a bombshell, you know. And in modern usage, bombshell refers to a very attractive woman.
Okay, we have cougar next.
Yep.
The Cougars were our sports team back in the U.S. The Cougars. So what other meaning does this word have?
Okay. Cougar is a slang word for a woman who seeks sexual activity with significantly younger men.
Oh, okay.
Quite interesting, right? The words, the terms. A tricksy. A tricksy is a generally derogatory slang term referring to a young urban white woman, typically single and in her 20s or early 30s. The term originated during the 90s.
Okay, tricksy.
Yeah. I like the sound of it, tricksy. You know?
Sounds like a tricky something. What else do we have?
Okay, we have mole. In the United States, this is a term used as an archaic term for a gangster's girlfriend.
Oh, mall.
Yeah.
Would you like to be a mall?
No. Imagine. Okay. Dragon lady. That's a nice one, right? Dragon lady is usually a stereotype of East Asian and occasionally South Asian and Southeast Asian women as strong, deceitful, domineering, or mysterious.
Oh, I guess it's
Dragon
something
lady.
from Game of Thrones.
Dragon lady.
Khaleesi, Dragon Lady.
That's cool though. And of course, there's gold digger. Everybody knows this term, and I think you have this in many other languages as well. Gold digger. Do we have it in Armenian?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah.
Okay. A gold digger is a person, typically a woman, of course, who engages in type of transactional relationship for money rather than romance or love.
Are you a gold digger, Rena?
I wish I was.
Confess
No,
right here,
no,
right
no,
now, on
I
air.
know. And we have a couple left. Queen bee.
Oh,
This should be hardworking, right? Is the leader of a female group, such as a clique, you know? And the term has been applied in several social settings. Queen bee.
So a woman
she's
leader.
the leader of this particular group, you know, group of ladies. She's the queen bee in
I
this
think
group.
our Shushanik is a queen bee.
Queen bee plus.
And the last one is...
And we have the tomboy. Is a girl, a female who exhibits characteristics or behaviors considered typical of a boy. And common characteristics include wearing masculine clothing and engaging in games and activities that are physical in nature and are considered in many cultures to be unfeminine or the domain of boys.
well, this is really, really, I mean, contradicting.
It's changing though nowadays.
Yeah, we can
but-
argue about that
yeah.
because, I mean, I hate this thing when they say girls have to wear
Of course.
pink and boys have to wear blue and all this kind of stereotypes. This is really old
Yeah.
and outdated stuff.
Yeah, but still a lot has been going on in many cultures. I mean, people think this way. They still do. It's a shame, but things are changing. Things are changing.
Is I had prepared 10 important mothers, 10 great mothers who
That's
changed,
interesting.
American mothers who changed the world, but unfortunately we're out of time.
Ooh.
And also thankfully, because we are ready to host a
Pretty interesting
yeah.
lady.
a very interesting personality, a political scientist, musician, and also a show host. Ellen Hokhikyan, she'll be here in a couple of minutes here in the studio right after the break. And we're also, no songs, just an advertisement break. So guys,
Okay.
get ready. prepare and write your comments, ask your questions. You can also call in 560901. We're still here till 9 p.m.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool questions to ask this super lady.
Yeah, SuperWomen. Women asking SuperWoman. It's all about women tonight. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly with Ellen Hokhikyan in our studio.
I would never live in America.
Why not? Didn't you enjoy your time there?
Yeah, why not?
It was good, but it wasn't great.
Because you didn't know us when you were there.
Join Inna MK, Master Steve, and Hasba QT for a great American experience.
Every Saturday on the Great American Weekend.
This is the Great American Weekend, and we're back in the studio.
Yes.
And before we talk to our guest, I would like to say hello to Master Steve and Hasba QT. Hello, guys, from our Women's Club.
Yeah.
We're having fun here. And of course, now we're ready to welcome musician, political scientist, show host, incredible, outstanding, and beautiful Ellen. Hi.
Hello, hi.
Welcome.
I like how you introduced me. Thank you. Hello.
You're welcome always. Whenever you need introduction, just give me a call.
Will do.
So
Thank
how are
you.
you doing? Are you sitting comfortable on our
Yeah, all great. Thank you.
red
Fabulous.
couch of honesty? This is how we call it. Okay, let's start from two standard questions that we always have for our guests, and then we'll move to your life story a little bit, okay?
Awesome.
So, since our show is called The Great American Weekend, what connections do you have with America?
Well, I have to say that I'm a resident of the United States. Also, my family has been living in the United States for the last 20 years.
Oh,
Almost.
the lucky girl, da-da-da.
So here we go.
Do people ask a lot, how did you do that?
And not really, because I think they know that I have parents and brother and sisters living in the U.S.
So you travel there a lot, or?
No, just once. But I'm planning to be there quite often. from now
Okay,
on.
cool. And the next question is, what is a perfect weekend for you?
It changed during the years. For the last couple of years, I think it's like gym, lots of reading,
See,
lots of
hardworking
movies.
women.
lots of movies, if possible, if there are any to watch, basically. And then also catching up with those friends that I haven't been able to during the week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And what is the last great great movie that you've watched? I want to know.
Oh, great movie, just not just the movie, but the great one.
Yeah.
I think I will need to think about that. I don't know.
Take your
One of those
time.
Marvel movies, probably the last one.
Captain America?
No, it was the last one, I think. Not the Captain Marvel movie. The last episode. It was epic. I think that's the word.
Okay, we've
Very
got a
interesting.
comment from Gevorg Derterian. He says hello to Radio Van and stuff, and to my sister Rena. Thanks, Gevorg. And I would like to remind our listeners that they can call in 560901, ask questions to our superwoman Ellen, and also write their comments in our video, which is on right now till 9 p.m.
Yes, we say hello to Gevorg.
Hello, Gevorg. Thanks for your comment, and let's move.
Okay,
On.
Ellen. Ina introduced you in such a way. Now we'd like to hear more about you. You tell us a bit about yourself.
What
All
do you
of
do
this,
now?
The combination.
Okay. At the moment, I'm a host. I have these political shows. Like I'm hosting people like you do, but we're talking a little bit more on
Less fun, more
less
politics.
fun, yeah, issues. I'd rather say. Sometimes it's fun, especially if you have really interesting guests
With
Okay.
sense of humor.
With sense of humor, yes.
I mean, politics is quite funny, so
Exactly.
Sometimes it is. It really is. So at the moment, that's what I do. How I came here. I've been doing a lot. Actually, I think I've been a little bit. Let me put it this way: people love being probably persistent in something that they do, but when you do lots of things and you realize that lots of things done by you are not really bad. I mean, you can do lots of things and you can do them good. So sometimes it's really very hard to choose what to stop at. I chose music when I was in the school because I really love. I still do love music, and I think I was really lucky to choose that path back in time because it has shaped my worldview, my personality in a very interesting way.
So that's your creative side.
Yeah,
music.
I think so.
The artist, Ellen.
So after that, I had the chance to work at the TV. As a host again, but it was a morning program, so it was more fun. Definitely.
So when was this? When was your first experience in
it was
working
2003 2004.
Wow, quite
for
long
1
ago.
year. So it was quite a lot
nervous?
of time ago. Yeah, I think because being on air for
Responsibility.
the first time, especially for the second time, for the very first probably even month, gives you prickles. That definitely does.
We always
So-
get nervous before getting on air, don't we? I do.
nervous or excited.
Nervous
The
and
adrenaline.
excited, like a fusion, because it's a responsibility. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's lots of fun because sometimes lots of unplanned things can happen during a show. So
And you need to be flexible. And now we also need to be flexible because we have an advertisement break and we'll have also a song. Boys to Men, Beautiful Women. It's all about women tonight.
Thank you. Thank you,
So
Boys
you
to
guys
Men.
stay tuned and also be active. Call in 560-901. Also write your comments. We're still here till 9 p.m. and we have beautiful Ellen in our studio. We'll be back.
Inna, what would make America great again?
More barbecue.
No, we need more freedom. That's what'll make it great.
Join us on Great American Weekend.
And help us solve all of America's problems.
Every show is recorded by the NSA and sent to the White House.
Back in the studio.
Yes. And we have the beautiful Ellen with us
and I
tonight.
have two beautiful hosts here with me together in the studio.
So, Ellen, I really want to know this question. Ina kept asking me the same questions. Now I'm going to ask you, who's a very powerful woman that you look up to?
There is not just one powerful woman. I
Okay,
think we're
the
looking
women.
up to our mothers most
Okay.
of the time. Because that's the first female image that we see
Yes.
at home and that we strive. I'm sure that for most of the people, their mothers are the first woman whom they are looking up to. Other than that, I think there is not just one woman, and I'm not sure that looking up to just other women is a right way, sort of like to create your path.
That's
There
interesting.
has been a lot of pressure on women during the last probably decades. Maybe right after the women entering the market or starting to work. So because women are also very busy in their households, raising their children, doing lots of housework, they also have to keep up with the modern standards. So every woman is different. So every woman chooses whatever she can do better or whatever she likes doing better. Most of us are lucky to do what we like. But there are lots of people who are not really very lucky to do what they like. They're doing whatever they just probably can. Or whatever turned up. Let me put it that way. So, I don't know. No, just one woman. Not sure there is one. My mother, mostly.
It's interesting.
We have a regular segment with quotes, but now I am going to read the quote for you. and you will tell me what you think about it. Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. And who said that?
Oprah Winfrey.
Rena's favorite opera. And Ellen, what do you think about this quote?
I like her too, by the way. Well, yeah, I think we shouldn't be afraid of failures because failures teach us a lot about ourselves in the first place. We learn who we are, how we can act in different situations, how we react to certain things. So we shouldn't really be afraid of failures. I know it's easy to say that to those people who probably think that this is it, the end of the world. It may feel for the beginning so, but then it's not, trust me. It just passes. And then you're coming out of it much stronger, maybe. Or maybe no.
We can hear the fireworks.
Yeah, we
actually, it's today is
Special
it's the
night.
night. It's the night when the lights on the Christmas tree are on the Republic Square, and there is also we have the information. There is a beautiful musical for kids, and also not only kids. So if you guys have time still, maybe you can enjoy the last minutes and the last
Right
Of
after
the
the
show.
show.
yeah.
I think kids especially.
Hurry up, guys. Join the celebration on the Republic Square. Okay, so let's move on with our questions. Now, what do you love about your job?
Most of all, I think I love the thing that I'm not doing the same thing every day. Because although it's the same job, I have different guests every day and different topics. So you're doing quite a different work every day. You have to read a lot about the topic, maybe to get yourself acquainted with the guests, to get the questions interesting, and so on. So it's mostly that it's not the same work every day. It's interesting. So
Cool.
I mean, one thing that's very interesting, and I'd like to ask you, politics and music. What kind of fusion is that?
How do you combine all that in one person?
I mean, it's totally, you know,
Politics,
different
Being a
spheres
show
and-
host and music.
well, I think I haven't been living with stereotypes, or I have been in the very beginning. But then when you realize that we just live one life, so why not? If you're given opportunities, why not to seize these opportunities? So as I told, I just went to TV. And then after that, I just had the offer to work in the parliament as an aide to an MP. Because we were doing this small news part in our morning show as well, so they thought that I might be of some use. That's how I sort of like got introduced to politics. I was really very young. It was exciting in a way. And then I started to work in the public sector for a time. And then when you're working in a sector, and I'm a perfectionist. So when I'm doing something, I like doing it properly. It doesn't matter what's that, whether I'm training the gym, whether I'm just doing my regular work, anything. So I decided that to become more proficient, I need some academic background. So I started to look for the programs that would suit me. So came across with a program in the United Kingdom, University College London, public policy. I got accepted. I was lucky. And then I was lucky to study in that environment, which was amazing, very competitive, but then really amazing because you're put in an environment where everybody is very talented, is striving for success, is trying to seize as much as possible from that 1 year experience. Also, you're listening to those people about whom you were reading before that. They're teaching you in your university. So it was really a very fantastic experience. Probably one of the most inspirational ones during my lifetime. That's how, I think.
Wow.
Ellen Can, I have a question for you. What do women lack in our country? For instance, you were speaking about Great Britain and America as well. Maybe our country versus America, Great Britain, and other places. What do women lack?
It's very difficult to generalize, I think.
What's some of the
but then
things that
maybe-
you notice?
Well, self-assertiveness, I think. More natural kind of like vibes. Being themselves rather than copying whatever they see outside. I think all the countries, especially the developing ones, are probably having these periods that they're trying to look out, probably to take whatever the other cultures are offering, but then one has to be a bit more selective in this. And in order not to lose your inner personality, your originality, your inner self. So maybe this self-assurance, self rather, the natural one.
Okay, thank you. And if you could choose anyone, living or dead, who would you choose to lead our country?
To live?
Lead.
Lead the country. Oh, that's a difficult question.
Any person.
Any person.
Living or dead.
No idea. I don't know.
Okay, would you lead our country?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
At least not at this point, because that's a huge responsibility. To take that responsibility, one has to be sure that they can do it in a proper way.
Very interesting answer. And
Rena?
I mean, you are a strong, successful woman. What do you think is the secret, or what are the secrets behind getting to where you've got to?
Lots of people would say that's hard work. Yes, it is hard work. Most of the time, yes. But there is just one other variable that most of the time we forget to talk about. That's luck as well. You work, but lots of people do as well. But then lots of people are not having the opportunities that others do have. Or maybe they get that opportunities, but they're not seizing that opportunities. I don't know. So I think that luck is vital. Hard work plus luck plus maybe, I don't know. I'm a seeker in a way. So I'm just trying to go after things that I'm really interested in and I'm passionate about. This much, I think.
Thank you. Okay, I have a question here. Another one. In your busy schedule, do you have a free time, and what do you do besides gym?
Well, yes, of course. I'm trying to catch up with friends, if that's possible. So it's not really so busy. I mean, I'm not working 12 hours schedules, so it's easier in my case. It's not like my personal business. I don't have to be there all the time. Of course, you're reading, you're doing lots of stuff, but then anyways, you have the time. And I think, if we want to do something, we always find time to do that something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Define happiness.
Being present.
Ooh. I like that
We
one.
should put
Wherever
this
you are,
I
wherever
like
you
that.
are, in whatever you do. Because I think we only have this just moments. Not the past. Well, past is ours. It brought us here. It shaped us. But then we don't have past anymore. We just have this moment. So being present is probably
Enjoying the
happiness.
moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So wise.
Talking
If
about-
people could live this way,
Yeah.
not only talk this way, but
Yeah.
live this way. And since we actually missed our previous music,
Oh, we have one now.
we are going to listen to it now. Beautiful Women by Boys to Men. We'll be back after this music break. Stay tuned. We have more Ellen to come.
Hey, Steve, do you like Chash Harissa and Spas?
Yeah, I love them. But what would you call them in English?
Yeah, I'd call them cowfoot stew, chicken porridge, and sour yogurt soup.
Sorry I asked.
The Great American Weekend.
Yes, we're back in the studio with our lovely guest, Ellen. And of course, we have tons of questions for her, but
Yes.
like this little time left.
Time isn't helping.
So we have to pick the best ones now for her. What is your greatest weakness?
I think I'm very demanding of myself and of others as well.
Poor people.
Maybe other things as well, but then that's the first one.
I don't think that's a weakness. Is that a weakness?
That's a way of saying that
Also,
I don't
I'm
have
emotional.
weaknesses.
Also,
you know?
no, I'm emotional. That's as well.
That's another good thing, I think. In this world of stone hearts.
Oh.
Is it a world of stone hearts, though?
Well, it happens.
Okay, you were talking about the present, how important that is to live the now. And but I would like to know if there's a special memory that you, in the past, that you keep going back to.
There are so
Something.
many of them, I think. I don't know why, but that it dawned on me probably when I was 20 years old. We're rushing to leave when we were really very young, but then it dawned on me that time is passing really very fast. So we can't hold it, we can't keep it, somehow we can't stop it. So we have to memorize those moments and enjoy those moments that we really think that we're happy when. So maybe then. Many moments, not just one.
Can you remember one or just talk about
I'm traveling a lot because that's one thing that I love. Now, I love paying for experiences, whether that's travel, whether that's concerts, whether that's some theater going or movie going or whatever, you name it. So whenever I think about something, most of the time it's related to one of my travels.
Okay.
To one of those remote countries or to European countries, or it has to do with my friends or with family.
Discoveries.
Well, yes.
Ellen John, what do you wish people would stop asking you?
When are you getting married?
I knew that. And
Okay.
what comes next? When are you going to have the second child? It's like a standard row of questions that always. What's the biggest lesson life has taught you?
I think maybe that's a difficult question.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe exactly to live life, to enjoy life, and to be present, not to anticipate anything, and not to live in the past. Feeling sorry for those things that you've done, maybe. We are where we are because we've done all the good and all the bad that we've done in the past. We are who we are because we have failed, we have succeeded. I mean, we have lived the life that we lived.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
She's the now woman.
So we're talking about this life.
Okay. What about fears? Do you have any fears, unusual fears?
I think I do, but I can't be really very specific about that. I'm not afraid of heights.
Okay.
Because lots of people are afraid.
Spiders.
Spiders, not really. Maybe big ones, yes, but like small ones, no. I can't even touch them. Snakes, I don't like them, but it's not like
You
I'm
just
sort of like
dislike
afraid
them.
of them. Yeah, I don't really like them. Afraid. Maybe I'm mostly afraid of losing probably those people whom I love. That's the greatest fear, I think.
What about any unusual fears? You don't have any?
She doesn't have
I can't
any
remind
fears.
any
Okay.
of this. I'm sure I do, but then I can't really remember any of them at this moment.
Okay.
What's the worst and best thing about being a female? Since we're talking
There
about
are no
women.
worse things. It's really great being a woman, and I have always felt that way. I would never like to be a man. No, not really. It's amazing to be a woman, isn't it?
It is. Agree on that
Amazing
one.
guess, for sure.
What period in history had the best fashion? Ta-da! For you.
I think I like the femininity of 50s, 60s, the Dior times. Maybe that's the best time. But although, there are really very nice designers right now because there is no some specific style. All of them are very different right now. So there are some designers that are still very feminine. Most of them are from Asia or from Lebanon, very interestingly. But then there still are some designers that are creating elegant, beautiful dresses, and not only dresses.
She's also fashion expert. Ask her anything. What is the most important change that should be made in our country's political system?
Political system. I think it has to be yet somehow created, the political system, because during the last 25, 30 years, we were in different transformations, not really good ones for ourselves. We haven't been governed by people who were worrying about the people of the country, but only about themselves.
Patriots. No patriots. Lack of patriots.
Not statesmen, I would rather say, because, statesmanship is completely different of whatever we've seen during the last 30 years. During the period that we've been independent. Before that, it was a completely different story. So first of all, we have to probably create that political system or the attitude, to change the attitude of our people towards the country, towards our country. So that's the first move that has to be made. And once the attitude is changed, maybe then the other changes will follow as well.
Talking about all this politics and etc., what is love?
Love.
What is
That's the most important and the most amazing thing in life. I think that's what is worth to live for.
Thank you. And since we're out of time, and this happens again and again with interesting guests,
Yes.
I have this last question to ask. Well, if you have questions to our show, go ahead. And also, if there was one message that the whole world could hear, what would it be?
I think to love more and to hate less. That would be the message. And also no questions, just compliments. Thank you very much for having me today here. It was really fun. I didn't know what to expect when I was coming because, you never know. Because I'm a host myself, so you never know what to expect.
I told you it would be fun.
Yeah, but it was really fun. I didn't even understand how the time passed. Though.
Well,
Thanks a lot.
Same for us, because we enjoyed you in our
Yes.
studio. Thanks for coming.
Thank
It
you
was
for
it
inviting
was
me.
really cool, and we're really proud of you. We wish you good luck in all you do.
Very much reciprocal.
Go for it.
Thank you.
And we'll cheer for you. Hope to see you here again sometime.
With great pleasure.
Wishing you happy coming holiday season and all the best.
Thank you.
And dear listeners, we'll be back in the studio shortly to share with you the calendar of events for the upcoming week. Stay tuned. This is the Great American Weekend for a few more minutes. We'll be back.
Hello and welcome to the Great American Weekend. Today...
Steve, who is that?
I think we've been infiltrated by a Russian radio host.
Learn about American politics on the Great American Weekend.
We're back in the studio with a calendar of events, and I would like to say that we missed a couple of comments for Ellen, and I'm going to read them really quickly now. Gorgeous Miss Ellen Hokhikyan, please tell us about you, the magic new year you had in your life, and what's your wish to your chose ones in upcoming year. Says Ritachka. Hello, Rita. Thanks for your comment. Where I'm sure that Ellen will answer this in a written form because she's out of studio, unfortunately. You should have written a little bit earlier. And also we have a comment from Hasmik Matsakyan from America. She says, Ellen John will love you. What is the greatest thing you have achieved in life? I think Ellen answered this question earlier during the show. Thanks for your comment, Haso Jan, and hello from Yerevan and hugs to you. And now we're ready for the calendar of events. Rena Jan, please start.
Yes, we start with the movies in English at Kino Park, Yerevan Mall, December the 21st till the 25th. So it's still going. Jumanji, The Next Level at 4:15 p.m. And we have Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. We have 2 sessions at 3:30 and 8 p.m.
Thank you. And now let's move to opera. Could you please share this one as well?
Okay, we have Merry Christmas. It's an event at the theater's special hall on December the 24th at 7 p.m. And then we have the New Year Gala concert on December the 28th at 7 p.m. We have some live music in the city.
Karen Ghazarian Quartet, December 22nd at 8 p.m. at Ulikhanya. Acoustic evening with Apo Tamarian at the venue, December 22nd at 9 p.m. Armenian State Jazz Orchestra and Friends, New Year and Christmas at Aram Khachatyan Concert Hall, December 22nd at 7 p.m. We've got Ulikhanyan Club Hall program starting at 8 p.m. Jam session with Ashot Kadian Shved, December 22nd at 8:30 p.m. December 23rd, double piano concert, Vahagan Haidapetyan Haik Shakarian. December 24th, the Rafael Petrosyan Quintet and Anna Kostanyan. December 26th, Oberton Kids is starting its Zero Plus concert series. This means that there is no age restriction and even the smallest ones can come to a club and enjoy live high-quality music. This is a great idea.
Nice.
This is awesome. December 26th, Christmas with Armstrong Brass. December 27th, Jazz Quartet. And that all was Ulikhanyan Club program. December 24th at 9:30, 22nd, excuse me, at 9:30, there is 12 Project at Club 12. December 25th at 9:30, Christmas party at Club 12. December 24th at 9:30, Music for Life with Kami Friends Project at Kami Club. December 22nd at 9:30, Winter Dreams with Kami Friends Project. And other events?
Yes, we have... What a full list of events. Okay, we have Party Hard at Paparazzi Club on December the 22nd, starts at 9 p.m. On December the 25th at 1 p.m. we have Elves Magic School at Malayan Theatre. And the 23rd of December at Yard Restaurant, Christmas Stories charity event at 7 p.m. December the 22nd at 9 p.m. at Polygraph Concert, Katil Band's 2nd anniversary. There's a Christmas party at Vahakni Restaurant at 7 p.m. on December the 25th, and also on December the 25th at 9 p.m. we have another Christmas party, Santa's Factory at Bahes 33. And we have Vartan and Sasha Electronic Duo on December the 26th at 9:30 p.m. at Moika Garage Bar.
And we have an answer from Ellen to our girls, Rita's and Hasmik's comments. So I'm going to read out this really quick and we'll end with the show. Ellen says, Ritachka John, I think one of those New Year celebrations I had back in London with friends. And the answer for Hasmik Matsakyan, Matsakyan, John, love you more, missing you guys a lot. Also, I wish my loved ones, family and friends health, luck, lots of love, and friends like when I have. friends like I have. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rita Hasmik, and the guy that wrote earlier. What was his name? Kevork. Thank you, guys, for all the comments. Thank you for participation. We enjoyed the show, and we're wishing you a happy coming holiday season. We'll meet next Saturday, 28th.
Yes.
With the Great American Weekend with Rena D.
and Inna MK. Good night.
Stay safe.